Imagine walking through a store, surrounded by brands you've seen 1,000 times: Samsung, Lego, Nike, Google. You know the logos, the jingles, maybe even the slogans. But what if I told you that behind these everyday names are some of the weirdest and most surprising facts that would make you do a double take? These are the stories they don't put on the packaging, the quirks, the odd choices, and the downright bizarre beginnings. Let's dive into a world where billion-dollar empires were once mistakes, accidents, or even jokes. Let's start with Samsung. You probably know them for sleek smartphones and giant TVs, but when Samsung started in 1938, it had nothing to do with electronics. The company originally sold, get this, dried fish, noodles, and groceries. Founded by Lee Byung-chul in South Korea, Samsung was a humble trading company before eventually expanding into textiles, insurance, construction, and then electronics. It wasn't until the late 1960s that Samsung began producing black and white TVs. So yeah, from fish to foldable phones, Samsung has had one of the strangest glow-ups in tech history. Now let's talk about Lego. It's the toy that has entertained generations, sparked creativity, and caused a lot of foot injuries. But Lego actually started out as a company that made wooden ducks. That's right, before the iconic plastic bricks took over the world, the founder, Ole Kirk Christiansen, was carving wooden toys in his small Danish workshop. The name Lego comes from the Danish words "leg godt," which means play well. Ironically, they didn't start producing the interlocking plastic bricks until decades later, a brand built on blocks. That didn't start with blocks. Nike is next on the list, and their origin story is as scrappy as it gets. The first ever Nike shoes were made using a waffle iron. Bill Bowerman, the co-founder, was experimenting with a way to make lighter running shoes and decided to pour rubber into his wife's waffle iron. The result? A sole with grip and flexibility, exactly what athletes needed. So every time you lace up those Nikes, just remember they were inspired by breakfast. Google, the tech giant that basically runs the internet, wasn't always meant to be called Google. Its name actually came from a misspelling of the word Google, which is a number with 100 zeros. The story goes that the domain name Google.com was taken, so the founders just went with the next closest thing, Google. That typo became one of the most recognizable names in tech history. Talk about a happy accident. And then there's Play-Doh. You might remember its smell more than anything else, but here's the weird part. It was originally designed as a wallpaper cleaner. Yes, in the 1930s, people used it to clean soot off walls before someone realized it made a great children's toy. Now it's sold in bright, cheerful tubs with cookie cutters, but its origins are basically a giant cleaning sponge in disguise. Even the luxury brand Lamborghini has an unexpected twist. Ferruccio Lamborghini didn't set out to make supercars, he was actually a tractor manufacturer. After a heated disagreement with Enzo Ferrari over one of his cars, Lamborghini decided to build his own. And the rest is high-speed history. From tractors to V12 engines in a single life, now that's a plot twist. It's easy to think of brands as polished, perfect machines. But behind every logo is a messy, strange, and totally human story. And that's what makes them so fascinating. These weird facts remind us that success can come from the unlikeliest places, whether it's a waffle iron, a wall cleaner, or dried seafood. So next time you grab a gadget, open a toy box, or lace up your shoes, remember, even the biggest names in the world started out a little weird.